How y'all doing on this fine Sunday? Yeah, the world is really kind of going nuts, isn't it? There's a lot going on. I suppose it's always been going on. I don't know. I'm still on my diet, but definitely watching more news and more of what is up. And I'll tell you, it is pretty crazy. Just a little bit I've seen. This whole bit with Russia invading Ukraine. See, I don't know if y'all know this, but there's a lot of people pressuring Putin to do this. You guys think it might be one guy's idea? No, 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 no. There's a lot of greed pushing him because there's there's reasons for Ukraine, for him, for their country. But and I'm supposed to just use his as an example because all world leaders and country leaders are feeling pressure because greed is pushing them. Greed is pushing them really hard right now. They've had enough of this Christianity thing, and they're ready to get forward to taking their bigger chunk. But all I can say, and this is important because I got this fine line I'm walking right now. I'm not even really. Yeah, he doesn't even want me to do this today, but I gotta tell you guys something. And it's the best advice that I can give you is to take them lessons that I've given you and check them in your heart. Because come March 17th, it'll be a big thing. And those of you that crossed the line, that know about Avatar Theory and know what the score is, and you've even checked it in your heart and you were good until Christmas Eve. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, some bitch. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, you got your reset. What have you done with it? He knows. I don't. So I was just sitting there watching the song, Is He Worthy? And I realized I am not worthy right now. Because I don't know. I don't know like he knows. I know a lot of things. I know a lot of logic behind our Father. But I don't know the whole picture. I will on March 17th. And I'll be able to give you the whole picture. And exactly how we're going to divide this world up. But just bear in mind, Mr. Putin, you let them run it, you may lose it all. And I'm not talking about the rapture. I'm talking about divvying up the world like the game board of Risk. And Russia will become an Asian country. But, it's free will. It's free will. Yeah, he had me look that up. There's only 6 countries in Risk. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what exactly he has in mind. But everyone is going to be judged according to what they do and have been doing. And all I can say is that, it's 7.5 weeks of patience and stalling. That would probably be the best, wisest decision anyone can make. Besides, we got a lot of other serious shit going on. That volcano thing's pretty big, isn't it? Yeah. And a few other things that have been going on. And those are part of the simulation, guys. That is our real challenge. this bickering and bitching between each other and letting greed run our countries, that's us creating. Simulation is tough enough. But do we need to feed into greed? Yeah, we always have. You see it right now in the supermarkets. Inflation, they call it. But that's just a fancy word for greed. Because you could have afforded it the way it was. But because Joe raised his prices, I'm going to raise my prices. And I'm going to raise my prices. And I'm going to raise my prices. Yeah, it's greed. It's not inflation. Inflation is just a fancy word for it. But see, it's never been about being able to make it on what you make. It's about how much can you make. That's going to change. That's going to change a lot. And those of you that choose to see how much you can make may not be here. So, bad call on inflation. Like I said, it's going to be somewhere between $1.5 billion to $2 billion. There's some of those that chose the inflation route. Yeah. And knew about Avatar theory. And was expecting Christmas Eve and it didn't happen. Bad call. But again, I'm just a crazy old man talking to his phone in his bunker until March 17th. So let's just go with that. That's about all I can say. I'm already over my limit as far as what I'm supposed to have done. But you know, that board game of Risk really is small. We won't have a very big Avatar Federation. 3 presidents or 3 world leaders in 6 countries. Yeah, that could be pretty small. Won't have to make a big building. Yeah, you still will, because you're going to have Avatar Law and all these other guys that real operations. Who knows? Maybe we do that. We may end up bringing the states in. I don't know. I don't know what the exact structure of this is. He's going to have that all on me on March 17th. And I'll be able to send out a bunch of PDFs for the world to read through and figure out exactly how he wants everything done and ran. He's already got it all made up. There's some gray areas right now. He just hasn't decided yet. And that Ukraine one is definitely one of them on the list. That he just wants to see what they do with their free will. You know, and I watched a news article about that the other night. It was kind of funny. I seen this trench reporter reporting from it, and he's in there, and we hear gunfire. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, trenches, they were probably functional in World War One, but trenches now, that's like lining up your soldiers so that they can just put a missile right in that damn thing and kill everyone in there. You don't fight with a trench these days. I'm not really sure what that trench is all about. I'm sure there's a military genius idea behind it, but it sounds like a whole lot of friggin' work just for observation when they could have done it with cameras from way back. You know, that trench thing is pretty stupid, but it's a mind game. Military guys do that. They can't actually fire anything, so they do military ideas that make them look like they're ready to fight. They're ready to fight. I hope you aren't. I hope everyone over there has decided to ride this out. But again, free will. and reporters. Free will. Yeah, some of you guys are on the list. Shit you want to stir up? Military leaders? Yeah, there's a lot of people that are on the stir up the shit list. And they're trying their best. Yeah. Gonna miss you. Not really. None of us will. You got an agenda? See where you get with it. Probably not very far. Might get Fight Club tickets though. Let's see what happens. Huh? See what happens with the rest of the world too. Because yeah, it's been his plan all along. He purposely made me go into that hospital so I couldn't talk to you, so that the doubt was there, and the whole loss of memory and everything. It's been about you guys deciding, not me. Not me coaching you. Not me telling you, hey, it's a test. But again, you could have figured this out without me anyway. And those of you that were my star students, my true Christians, already knew that yeah, it may not have happened then, but it is going to happen. He promised this judgment day a long, long, long time ago. And it's time for mankind to evolve. This is what has to happen. And it's going to happen. And I'm just here to tell you it's happening on March 17th. Turns out that's Jesus' birthday, his real birthday. And that's why we're doing it on that day. But again, free will. You decide what you do. And you are responsible for your path. What are you doing with it? Well, enough said. I'm going to look at some world maps and see what he wants to really do. I don't know. And I know he don't know either, because he understands some of the problems of the world leaders that they have, that the greed in their country is pushing them. And he stalled them all the way to Christmas Eve, and now all of a sudden, yeah, they're at his door. And are you a leader? That's all I got to say. Or are you a follower of greed? Your call. Lord Patrick, 2nd King, 2nd Son, telling you to choose wisely.